In a world where honor and betrayal walk hand in hand, where loyalty is measured in blood, and silence is the ultimate weapon, there exists an organization as mysterious as it is feared, La Cosa Nostra. La Cosa Nostra, often simply referred to as the Mafia, is more than just a criminal organization. It's a deeply ingrained part of Sicilian culture, with roots that reach back centuries. Today, we're diving deep into the origins, the structure, the rules, and the infamous personalities that have shaped this secretive society. To understand La Cosa Nostra, we must first understand Sicily itself. A land of conquerors, Sicily has been ruled by everyone from the Greeks to the Normans, to the Spanish. The constant invasions and foreign dominance created a culture of distrust and resilience. Out of this environment, the seeds of what would become the Mafia were sown. During the 19th century, Sicily was a place of stark inequality. The vast estates known as latifundia were owned by wealthy landowners who often lived far away from their properties. These landowners needed local enforcers to protect their interests and manage the land. Enter the campieri, the forerunners of the Mafia, who used intimidation and violence to maintain order. But the Mafia was more than just a group of thugs. They were seen as a necessary evil, providing a form of protection and justice in a land where the state was weak and corrupt. Over time, these groups evolved, becoming more organized, more secretive, and more powerful. La Cosa Nostra operates with a strict hierarchy, much like a military organization. At the top is the boss, also known as the capo dei capi or boss of all bosses. The boss has ultimate authority over the family and makes all the major decisions. Just below the boss is the underboss, the second in command, who often handles the day-to-day operations. Then there's the consigliere, an advisor who offers counsel to the boss, often acting as a mediator within the family. Below them are the caporegime, or captains, who each oversee a group of soldiers. These soldiers are the foot soldiers of the Mafia, carrying out the orders of their superiors. Loyalty and obedience are the cornerstones of this structure, and any deviation is met with severe punishment. One of the most important aspects of La Cosa Nostra is the Code of Omerta. This code of silence is a fundamental principle that governs the behavior of every member. To break Omerta is to betray the family, and the consequences are often deadly. Omerta is more than just a rule, it's a way of life. It means refusing to cooperate with authorities, never speaking of the Mafia's activities to outsiders, and protecting the family at all costs. This code is what has allowed the Mafia to survive and thrive for so long, even in the face of intense law enforcement pressure. The story of La Cosa Nostra isn't confined to the shores of Sicily. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, waves of Italian immigrants arrived in the United States, seeking a better life. Among them were members of the Sicilian Mafia, who saw an opportunity to expand their operations. In America, the Mafia quickly gained a foothold in major cities like New York, Chicago, and New Orleans. They infiltrated industries such as construction, gambling, and labor unions, using bribery, extortion, and violence to build their criminal empires. The American Mafia, while operating independently, maintained strong ties to the original Sicilian organization. The Prohibition era of the 1920s was a turning point for the American Mafia. With the sale of alcohol banned, the Mafia saw a lucrative opportunity in bootlegging. The profits were enormous, and the Mafia's power and influence grew exponentially. This era also saw the rise of some of the most notorious mobsters in history, figures like Al Capone, who became legends in their own right. The 1940s and 1950s are often referred to as the Mafia's golden age. The Mafia had infiltrated nearly every aspect of American life, from politics to entertainment, to business. They controlled the docks, the unions, and even had a hand in Las Vegas, where they helped build the city into a gambling mecca. During this time, the Mafia operated with near impunity. Law enforcement was either bribed or too intimidated to act. But the Mafia's success also sowed the seeds of its eventual decline. As the organization became more powerful, it also became more visible, and the public's tolerance began to wane. The 1970s and 1980s marked the beginning of the end for La Cosa Nostra in America. Law enforcement agencies, now armed with new tools like wiretaps and the RICO Act, began to crack down on organized crime. High-profile cases brought down powerful Mafia bosses, and the once secretive organization was exposed to the public. The fall of the Mafia was also hastened by defections from within. High-ranking members, facing long prison sentences, began to cooperate with authorities, breaking the code of omerta. These informants provided invaluable information that helped dismantle the Mafia's operations. Today, La Cosa Nostra is a shadow of its former self. While the Mafia still exists, its power and influence have been greatly diminished. The organization that once controlled entire cities is now fighting for survival in a world that has moved on. Despite its decline, the legacy of La Cosa Nostra lives on in popular culture. Movies, books, and TV shows have immortalized the Mafia, often romanticizing its brutal reality. The image of the dapper, ruthless mobster remains a powerful symbol of power, loyalty, and betrayal. It's important to remember that behind the glamour lies a darker truth. The Mafia's history is one of violence, corruption, and suffering. Its impact on both Sicily and the United States is undeniable, leaving a legacy that continues to fascinate and horrify us to this day. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of La Cosa Nostra. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most infamous organizations. And as always, stay curious, stay informed.